we are going to see a problem on orthographic projections. For that, here we have a question. Figure shows pictorial view of an object. A diagram is given to us. Using first angle method of projection, draw front view, top view and left hand side view. So this is the question in front of us. The diagram which is given to us is a 3D figure, three-dimensional object. For this object, we have to draw front view, top view and left hand side view. Now front view will be drawn looking along this direction X, which is given in the problem, and by looking into this direction we can say that the length of the object and the height of the object will be visible to us, but in this direction the width of the object, which is 64, will not be visible. Then we have to draw the top view. In the top view, the length and width of the object will be visible, but height won't be visible because we cannot see the height from top. Next, when we are drawing the left hand side view, as an observer we would be standing here towards the left end, and it is mentioned that we have to use first angle method of projection. So in that we have to look from left hand side and draw it on right hand side. So that is the first angle method of projection. And while drawing the side view, when we are standing here as an observer, this is the width which is visible to us and the height is visible, but when we are looking from the side, the length of the object is not visible to us. So before we start this question, we need to know how much is the total length of the object, total height and total width. So first, when we are looking along direction X, we can see the length. The total length of the object is 100 mm. So I'll write down length is equal to 100. Then the total height of the object, we can find it out. Now first, here there is a 15 mm block as we see here, and after the 15 mm block there is a height of 25 mm up to the center of this circle, and next from this center to the outer radius it is 24 mm. So 15 plus 25, that is 40, plus 24, that gives us 64. So that is the total height. And the total width of the object can be seen from the side, that width is 64 mm. And now once we have understood the length, height and width, we have to know the spacing, that is where we have to draw the front view, top view and side view. That I'll explain. Drawing a light horizontal line. So this line is called as XY line. Here we have VP and HP, vertical plane, horizontal plane. Now in the problem it is mentioned we have to draw left hand side view, and as I have explained, left hand side view will be drawn towards the right hand side. It means side view will be in VP because it is by first angle method of projection, and whenever we are drawing side view it should be adjacent to the front view. So if side view is towards right, then front view should be on left hand side. It means we are going to start from here, and front view and top view, they should be, that is front view should be above and top view should be below, as it is by first angle method of projection. So we are going to draw the front view in VP, top view in HP. Top view will be below the front view. So now I am starting with the front view first. The length is 100, height is 64, which is visible from the front. So drawing a rectangle. Projecting a light line. Over this I am marking 100 mm. So this is the rectangle inside which I would be drawing the front view. Now when we look at this object from the arrow X direction, the first thing which is visible to us is this base plate. This plate will be visible to us and it will appear as a rectangle from the front. Now how to draw that? This plate will have a height of 15 mm and it is having length 100 throughout. So at first I am going to take the height as 15 mm. projecting a light line so that this rectangle indicates the plate which is visible. Next, after that, there is a cut in that plate as we see here. Now this cut is of, it is 5 mm deep, that is 5 mm is the height of this cut, and it is of 16 mm length. Next, that cut will be at a distance of, if we see here, this is 15 mm plus 5 mm, means the length of this side it is 20. So 20 mm from one side, the cut is going to get started. So I'll measure 20 mm. Drawing light vertical line through it. Next, as the cut is 5 mm deep, I am going to measure 5 mm downwards, and the length of the cut is 16 mm as given here. So measuring 16 mm, that is first through the point, plotting a light horizontal line, measuring 16 mm over it. Now this cut is visible from the front. After that, again when we are looking along x direction, this semicircular portion will be visible, that I am going to draw now. Next, the center for this semicircular part, it is 25 mm above the 15 mm plate, and it is having a radius of 24 mm. So for that, I'll measure 24 mm, that is the radius of the semicircular part. Drawing a light line through this point, light line. Then the height is 25 mm. So over this line, I am going to measure 25 mm above the 15 mm plate. So this is the center for the semicircular part. Now from this center, I am going to draw a light horizontal line. A light horizontal line. Next, with the help of a light arc, I am going to draw the semicircular part. So keeping this as the radius. Now, after drawing this semicircular part, it is extended to the bottom. As we see here, this semicircle is coming down by 25 mm. So this is the semicircular part. Now after this, there is a circle inside the semicircle which is also visible along x direction. That circle is having a diameter of 24. So radius is 12 and it is having the same center. Drawing this circle. After this, when we are looking along x direction, here this part, which is again the thickness of the semicircle, this will be visible and it will be seen as a rectangle from x direction, or we can say from the front view. Now this rectangle is having a length of 15 and it is also starting after the 15 mm height block, length 15, and it will be up to the total height. So for that, I'll measure the length as 15 mm and then projecting it light with the help of a light line. So this is the semicircular part whose thickness is visible from the front. Now I can say that only these much part which I have drawn just now, whatever I am shading, only that much part is visible from the front. So that will be the visible front view. Apart from that, some portion in this diagram will be hidden, that I am going to draw afterwards, first making the visible portion dark. So this is the visible portion of the object in the front view. And if we see here, this plate and the semicircular part, they are not onto the same plane, means this plate is forward whereas the semicircular part is behind. So there is change of plane in between them, and that change of plane will be indicated with the help of dark line. So if we see in this diagram which I have drawn, here there is a dark line in between the semicircular part and this plate, which indicates that there is change of plane. One part is ahead, other is behind. Next, similarly, for this semicircular thickness and this block, again there will be change of plane, so there is dark line in between them. This much is the visible portion. Now for the hidden portion, if we see here inside this semicircle, there is a circle having diameter 27 mm that will not be visible from arrow X direction. It means this circle will be hidden, and when we are looking from the front, that circle is not visible, but still it is having a thickness of 15 mm. It is inside the semicircular part. It will look like a rectangle which is hidden inside this semicircular part. Now its center is again 25 mm above the 15 mm plate. So here already I have 25 mm mark in this diagram. So I am projecting the same center line. Diameter is 27, so radius will be 13.5. So I am going to measure 13.5 on one side, 13.5 on the other side. First, drawing a light line, light horizontal line. Next, this will be hidden. So the hidden circle. Next, another circle is there inside this 15 mm height plate. That circle is having a diameter of 24 mm. So it is also hidden. Now we need to get the center for this circle, and for that, so now here if we see in this diagram, this circle is located at the same center line which is passing through this center line. It means their centers are coinciding. So the original center I have here, I'll extend it with the help of a light line. Now inside the plate, which is of 15 mm height, circle is there having diameter 24. I'll draw that, making radius 12 on both the sides. So measuring 12 mm and 12 mm on both the sides. Projecting a light line, then again a light line. It means that circle will also appear as a rectangle which is hidden inside the plate. Now I'll draw the center line for all the circles here. Here we complete the front view for the given diagram. Next, after completing the front view, we need to draw the top view, and top view will be below the front view. When we are looking from top, the length and width will be visible. Length we are going to get from the front view, width I am going to mark over that. Taking 64 mm. This is the rectangle inside which the top view will be drawn, having length equal to 100 mm, width is 64. Now when we are looking from top, we need to draw those things first which are closer to us. That is, as an observer, we are here. And now when we look from top, this semicircular part, again it will be seen as a rectangle. Now width of the rectangle will be equal to the diameter of this semicircular part from here till here. Radius is 24, so diameter is 48. and this semicircular part is having a length of 15. So length 15 will be visible from top and diameter 48 will be visible. So I'm projecting that. Length we already have in the front view for this semicircular part, and width is 48. So this is the semicircular part which is visible from the top first. Next, at the same time, another semicircular part will be visible from the top. Now this semicircle has a length corresponding to the diameter, which is length will be 48 and its width is 15. So length we can get from the front view. This length is 48 and the width is 15 mm. So measuring 15 on one side, which is the width of the semicircular part, taking it downwards. So these two semicircles will be visible from the top. Next, at the same time, when we are looking as an observer from top, here is this cut, this surface which I am shading. It will be visible. Now this surface has a length of 16 mm and its width is throughout, that is width is 64. So length 16 and width 64 will be visible from top. Length we can project it from the front view. So this portion will be visible. Next, after that, there is this circle which is there inside the plate having diameter 24. Now this circle will also be visible. Projecting the center for the circle. This is the center. And here also I can say this center is located exactly in the middle. So taking the half of the width, this is 64 mm as the total width. So half of that, that is 32 mm. Projecting a light horizontal line through the point. Or in other words, what we can do here is, here this is 49, which is the remaining portion after this 15 mm. So I'll take half of that, half of 49, which will be the center, 24.5. Now this I'll locate as the center because the distances are not mentioned clearly in the problem. So I am taking half of that so that it is located exactly at the center. Previously it was not at the center, but when we are looking from top, this hole is appearing exactly in the middle of this plate. So when leaving 15 mm from one side, whatever is left, that is 49, I am taking half of that. This will be the center. And then the radius of the circle, we have already drawn the circle in front view. So projecting its radius down, with a light line. Inside this, the circle will be seen. Now here is the radius. So keeping the center and measuring this radius, drawing a circle which is visible from the top. As we look from the top, this semicircular part, which is the thickness, is visible. So that will be made dark. And again, this semicircular part, which is having width 15, that will also be visible. So it will also be made dark. At the same time, this groove, which is cut inside the plate, that will also be visible. So dark. Next, after this, here if we see this portion, it is slightly curved, but the radius is not given. So either we can draw this curve freehand, that will also be fine. Drawing that curve freehand and then making it dark. Now I'll join it. So this is the visible top view, means these are the dark lines. Now after this, when we would be looking from top, there are circles inside both the semicircular part. So if we see here, there is a circle having diameter 24. Its center is same as the semicircle part. So for that, here I am projecting that circle into the top view. That circle is hidden. This is the center of that circular part. Next, another circle is there inside this semicircle. That circle is having a diameter of 27. So 27 will be the width of the circle and it is 15 mm in length. This width was 48. So I'm getting the center here. Then since it is 27 mm, we already have that circle in the front view. Again in the top view also it will be hidden. So here I'm measuring this radius, plotting it on both the sides. Drawing light line through both of them. I'll draw the dotted line. So this is the circle which is hidden. Center of that circle. Drawing the center line for this circle as well. So here we complete the top view and front view has also been done, even the top view. Next we have to draw the side view. Now that side view is left hand side view drawn towards right hand side by using first angle method of projection. So when we are looking at the object from left hand side as an observer, then width is visible and even the height is visible. Length won't be visible from the side. So height can be projected from the front view, width can be projected from the top view. First I am drawing that rectangular block. So here I am getting the height. Next, width can be projected from the top view. For that I am taking a point and measuring 45-degree angle to project it into the side view. So taking 45-degree angle. Now we need to project the width into the side view. So I'm taking the width from the top view and transferring it from this 45-degree line up till here. Similarly, I'm going to take the width from the bottom, that is at this location, the total width, and transferring it upwards. Now once we have drawn the front view and top view, now we can go for the side view. And as we are looking at this object from the side, the first thing which is visible to us is this vertical block and this horizontal block. Now vertical block is having a total height of 64, its width is 15. This horizontal block is also of 15 mm height. So I am projecting them. Now that vertical semicircular block, in the top view it is here. So I'll get its width from the top view. Then there is another plate which is 15 mm height visible from the side, that can be projected from the front view. Now these two plates are on the same plane, this vertical and horizontal plate, they are at the same level, so there won't be dark line in between them. It means here these lines will be continuous, so I can directly make them dark. So this portion is visible. Next, when we are looking from side as an observer, this semicircular block will be visible. Now some portion of the semicircular block is going behind this part, so this complete semicircle won't be visible, some portion of it will be hidden. And this semicircle in the top view, it is at this location, so I'll project its center. Next, after projecting its center, here I'll get the center from the front view as well, that is its height, and where both the centers are intersecting, that will be the original center for the semicircular part. Here I'll draw a light semicircle first. So drawing a light semicircle, this semicircle is visible from the side, and here it is being extended up to the bottom of the plate. So here I am extending it. Next, inside this semicircle there is a circle, and again next, after projecting this center, I have to draw the circle inside it. That circle is having diameter 27. So in the front view, we are having the radius of that circle. So measuring it and then drawing a light circle first. Next, after reaching up till this stage, I'll make it dark. Now, as we see here, this circle is crossing the semicircle or the semicircular part. Now, in drawing, no two dark lines will intersect. So whatever part is intersecting inside this block, that has to be hidden, because this block is visible first. As we see here, this block is close to the observer, so it will be visible first. And whatever part of the semicircle and the circle is cutting this part, that has to be hidden. So this much is the hidden part which I am drawing now of the circle inside the disc. Next, this is the visible portion. Similarly for the semicircular part. This much portion is hidden. The remaining is dark. And then this portion of the plate will be dark till here. Inside this semicircular plate which I have drawn having width 15, there is a circle. Now that circle will not be visible from the side, so it will be hidden. That circle I can get directly from the front view. It is here. The center is same. Drawing a light line. Projecting it light. So here it will be hidden. Then next I'll draw the center line. After that, there is even another circular hole, this circular hole which is visible from the top, but in the side view this circular hole is not visible, it is hidden. So next I'll be drawing this hole, projecting the center of the hole. So this is the center of the circle, and here next I'll project its diameter. This will be the projection for the whole. Now I'll make it dark, and here, since it is hidden, plotted with the help of dotted line. At the same time, if we look here in this diagram, then this cut won't be visible from the side view. This cut is hidden, so projecting it with the help of a light line, and then I'll make it dark with the help of dotted line. And then even this portion of the plate is not visible, that is, it is crossing this semicircle. So when it is crossing that, I need to draw the remaining part as hidden. So we can say that whatever we have drawn up till now, here the side view gets completed. So we have completed the front view, top view and side view as mentioned in the question. Now I'll give the dimensions to it, and then we can say that the problem is completed. So first I'm giving the dimensions to the object, starting with the front view. This groove is having a length of 16 mm. Then this plate is having a length of 15 mm, and the total length is 100 mm. Then after giving the dimensions along the length, next I'll give the dimensions to the circle and the semicircle. The semicircle is having a diameter of, it is having a radius of 24 as given in the problem. Radius 24. Then the inner circle is having a diameter of 24. Here the center is located at a height. This plate is having a height of 15 mm. Then over that, the center is located at 25 mm distance. The total height in the front view is 64 mm. Then here, this gap, it is of 5 mm. So for that, if possible, we can give the dimension here itself. Then once we have given the dimensions in the front view. See, for circle and semicircle, try to give the dimensions where you are getting the true shape. That is, if we see here, this semicircle is looking like a rectangle in the top view. So I won't give the diameter here in the top view. Instead of that, I am giving the dimension here in the front view, because here I am getting the true shape. So try to give the dimensions for the semicircle and circle where you are getting the true shape, and not where you are getting this apparent shape. Next, for this circle, it is having a diameter of 24. This groove, it is of 16 mm length. I have already given the dimension in the front view, so no need to give another dimension in the top view. Next, the width of the semicircle in the top view, and the total width. With 64 mm. Here the length I have already marked. Then in the side view, we can give some of the dimensions, even though if they are repeated, some of the dimensions need to be shown in the side view. like this plate and center. And the total height. Then total width also. This gap which is visible in the top view, having a length of 5 mm. Locating this center from one side, it is 24 mm. And if we look at the question, here it was mentioned, figure shows pictorial view of an object, that is this diagram. Using first angle method of projection, draw front view, top view and left hand side view. So looking along x direction, we have drawn the front view of the object. Next, looking at the top as an observer, the top view was completed, and looking from left hand side, drawing it on right hand side by first angle method of projection, the side view is completed, and with this we complete the problem.